my back was really hurting me, so I had to switch to my comfy egg chair. I was filming on the couch earlier, but I don't know what's going on. My back has been really acting up. It's super comfy. It's usually my cat's spot, but he's sitting elsewhere right now. So I decided I can actually have my chair. And guys, today I have a haul. It's kind of a mini haul. There's not too many fragrances here, but I found some very special gems that I wanted to share with you guys. And again, I fell victim to the $20 rack at Shoppers. So I'll show you what I got. I have everything in this massive basket, so here's all my stuff. I'm gonna go through it. Make sure that you guys stick around until the end because I'm gonna spill the tea on where to get really cheap fragrances, and it's a limited warehouse sale. So I'm gonna share with you where I got some of these, and let's get right into it. So Shoppers Drug Mart, for those of you guys who aren't Canadian and don't know, that's our Canadian pharmacy / beauty store. And they have a $20 rack. So when you walk in, there's this massive rack with a big red label saying $19.99, and sometimes on a weekend, $17.77. I got these for $19.99, and the first one is, I believe it's called Peace Love Juicy from Juicy Couture. Yes, my favorite brand, Juicy Couture. I know, I always bash this brand, and here I am, like such a hypocrite, and I bought one. But this smells nothing like all their other fragrances. And actually, the bottle is, if I remove this, a little bit more sophisticated than the typical Juicy Coutures. So what does it smell like? As the bottle might suggest, this is a little bit hippie vibes, and it's quite a green, like fresh scent. So I just gave it a little spray. And I have worn this one on skin before too, so it's different on paper than on skin. On paper, it just smells like a very fresh, clean, green, fresh fragrance. It definitely has cassis, like apple, it's kind of juicy. And I was surprised to see that it's actually really hated on Fragrantica. Like if you look at the hate scale, it's up there. But I'm like, but is this true, or is this just because people that usually like juicy don't like this? So actually I was inclined to buy it because I saw how hated it was on Fragrantica. So I'm like, I'm on it. And it's actually so good. So when I spray it on the skin, I will say I get a really off-putting note for about 5-10 minutes. It's like poppy, I guess poppy. I guess that's the smell. It's almost like crushed up poppy seeds is what it smells like. And it's green and it's kind of harsh, but then it goes away. And what you're left with is almost like a slightly soapy, watery, fresh, floral green fragrance. It's juicy, no pun intended, and it's very crisp and light, and it reminds me a lot of my beloved and discontinued Gucci Envy. It has this like watery, beautiful hyacinth note. It has a little tanginess from the cassis, like the blackcurrant leaf, the apple, and it's a soft, musky dry down. I actually really like it, and I'm very impressed that this came from Juicy, and I'm even more impressed that I got it for 19 bucks. So this one is a win. And guys, they're not all wins. Some of them are fails. So we're starting off on a good note. Very pleasantly surprised by this little guy. The next one I grabbed on the $20 rack at Shoppers is a Calvin Klein fragrance, and it's Deep Euphoria. Why? Why did I do it? I'm not sure, because I actually don't like the original Euphoria. I find it very overpowering. It kind of smells like a smoker's perfume in a way. It's too sweet, and it just kind of smells, I don't know, smells a little bit like a smoker's perfume. But anyway, this one though, not bad. This one is like a rose patchouli scent. It's sweeter. It's not as sweet as the original Euphoria, but it's sweeter than, like, for example, YSL L. This reminded me a lot of YSL L when I first smelled it. And it has a little bit of like a pencil shaving, like woody, like cardboard smell. At first. It's like this weird, dry, woody smell. Almost like wood chips. Kind of smells like a little bit like wood chips. Which isn't my favorite, but then it has this really beautiful, sweet rose smell, and almost like there's like some fruits in there. So it's quite similar to YSL Y, but sweeter, and a little bit reminiscent of Coco Mademoiselle and like Poison from Dior. Not Poison, Midnight Poison. Like rose patchouli. It's a really pretty rose patchouli scent. A sweet rose patchouli scent. And it doesn't really remind me of the original Euphoria. I don't get that pomegranate. I don't get that like very sweet. I don't know what exactly was in Euphoria, but something didn't do it for me. But Deep Euphoria I actually really like. And it was funny, I was wearing it with my man the other day and he was like, oh, I don't really like how it smells like on the skin. But then we were wrapping something, like I had to like ship a bunch of chairs back to Wayfair. Anyway, that's a different story. So we were wrapping these chairs and he was like, oh, this wrapping smells good. I'm like, the wrapping smells good? I'm like, are you sure it's the wrapping? He's like, oh no, it's your perfume. He goes, it's funny, I like it in the air, but I don't really like it like directly from the skin. So this one, I've concluded, leaves a really beautiful scent bubble, but doesn't smell as good on the skin. And when I smell it directly on the skin, I do get a little bit more of that like wood chip smell. I hope that makes sense. It is a really, really nice, actually like good $20 fragrance. So would I pay more for it? I would probably pay upwards of like $40 for it, but for 20 bucks, it's a steal and I'm very happy. So that is a win. And the next one that I have here is Eternity Intense. Also a Calvin Klein, also from the Shoppers $20 rack. I actually haven't opened this one because there was an open one in the store and I sneaked a spray because I wanted to make sure I liked it and I had the opportunity not to blind buy it. So yeah, I did a bad thing and I sprayed it from the open box. But I liked it, so I bought it. So I will open it with you guys. So here's our little Eternity Intense and I'll tell you guys the reason why I jumped on this. I love Angel lately and I love her channel and she raved about this fragrance a while ago. And I was like, I'm so interested. I need to try this Eternity Intense. Apparently a super luxe smelling powdery iris scent, which I'm like, I'm here for it. That's totally my vibe. I love iris. I love a lipsticky scent. Where can I find this Eternity Intense? And so I didn't really want to buy it on like Fragrance Buy. I just didn't really feel like it. I was like, maybe one day Shoppers will have it for $20. And lo and behold, they did. So obviously I bought it having already smelled it from the other bottle. So it's good. I am happy with it. It almost has like this like boozy vanilla vibe, like almost like a bourbon vanilla with a lipsticky smell. It's a little bit sweet. It's very different. It's like, it really does smell like a lipstick. Like if you have ever had like a lipstick that maybe is like an old lipstick, and you know when you smell that old lipstick, it's like this waxy powdery smell, literally what this smells like, but a little bit sweet. So imagine that old lipstick had some like flavor to it. You know, sometimes they have like flavors. I don't know. Yeah, it smells like that. There is a very, very slight like buttery sweetness to it, and it's really, really beautiful. So this fragrance, it has rose and it has iris as well as orris, which gives us this buttery quality. And there's definitely a very strong vanilla note. I think the vanilla gives it a little bit of sweetness too. It's a really nice scent and it's not too heavy. So again, I'm really impressed because I have to be honest, I was never a huge fan of the Eternity line, and I haven't smelled too many. Like I smelled the original Eternity, I smelled the Summer, and I think Air. And they were okay, but nothing that was full bottle worthy. But this one is actually so good. So good, so different. It definitely does smell quite expensive and luxe. So 100%. For 20 bucks, I'm all about it. And I think I would pay, if I didn't know that this was $20, I think I would pay probably upwards of like 60 bucks for this. Yeah, I would pay more for this than the other ones. Yes. So this one is a win. Okay, now we're on to the fragrances that I got at this super low-key warehouse sale that I don't think a lot of people know about, but here we go. So the first one that I got is the original Alien pre-reformulation, and this is a refill bottle. So I've refilled my little refillable guy, and this one comes just in a plain old little tube bottle like this with a little funnel, and that's it. That's all you get. So it was cheap. It was like 60 bucks, and because I saw that it was the original where it says Thierry Mugler, I was like, I need to get it. I need to get it. So even though I still had some Alien left in my special edition bottle, I was like, I need the original. I have thoughts. Like, honestly, I'll tell you guys right now, I forgot how good the pre-reform Alien is. I forgot. And then so when I had the current day formulation, I was like, yeah, it's the same, it's just as good. No. I'll go full in depth in another video and like compare and let you guys know like what my new opinion of Alien is, but oh my god, like I love this one so much. It's definitely less soapy than the current day formulation. It's such a beautiful, like rich, warm jasmine scent. It's not actually as obnoxious and in your face. It's somehow smoother. But anyway, so now I'm like so blessed to have this refill bottle, and that is probably the biggest win of all. And I will let you guys know what the sale is, but I'm holding you hostage until the end. So skippers, I'm sure you've already seen it. Then the next fragrance that I got is actually this bottle of Opium, and this is like the light version. This was Opium Léger, and I'm trying to see. Oh, it's an eau de toilette léger. So that's, I don't know. I don't know why I got it. I was interested. So it did actually come without a box, and it came like a little bit disheveled looking. But because it's an older, discontinued fragrance, it is what it is. It's a strange one, I'll tell you, and I can't really quite figure out how I feel about it. It's a little sour and a little incensey and spicy. And all of this in like an orange smell, like mandarin orange, but like a smoky, spicy, weird mandarin orange. But light, like light and airy. It's odd. It kind of makes me think like of some sort of flavored balsamic vinegar in a way. And it's not spoiled. No, it doesn't smell spoiled. It's just weird. It's weird. I don't know how I feel about it. It doesn't smell anything like the original Opium, which I have a vintage bottle of. This is just, I'm just confused by it. So I kind of get why it was discontinued. And I think I paid about 60 bucks for this, something around that. Oh, and it came with this little like plastic thingy that goes on there. Anyway, I'm gonna say this is a lose. So all of the other ones are wins. This one's gonna be a lose for now, but I haven't actually worn it properly. I only sprayed it on my hand once, so I have to be fair and I have to give it a proper wearing. That one's going to the side. And the last one that I got from this secret warehouse sale is Eau Destar, and this is also from Mugler. This one, I was like, what is this? I have never heard of this fragrance, and it comes in this fancy plastic packaging. It looks like a museum piece or something. So here's our bottle, and first I was like, is this a flanker of Angel? What is this fragrance? I have never heard of it. It's really interesting. It's not like Angel, except for the patchouli note. So I'll just spray it here. And it is actually like a monster powerhouse. So the first time that I sprayed it, I left it in a room and it filled the whole room, the whole room. And it even transferred onto my notebook. So now my notebook smelled like this fragrance, which there's something I really, really like about this. It's like a sweet, yummy watermelon smell. Like delicious, delicious watermelon. Kind of made me think of like a sophisticated watermelon Jolly Rancher. Kind of smells like that. Little bit honeyed, sweet. Like if you took like a slice of watermelon, the ripest, juiciest, yummiest watermelon, and then just drizzled a little bit of honey on it. That. But then you took that slice of watermelon with the honey and you dropped it in your backyard on a bunch of soil. A bunch of gardening soil. And now you have this piece of watermelon and you're gonna eat it. And it's got soil on it. That's this. I wish it didn't have the soil on it. It's a yummy piece of watermelon, but it has soil on it. So I don't love the soil. It's a really interesting scent. Again, I need to wear it more on the skin. I've only worn it by accident by having sprayed it on my hand, and it smelled kind of like it smells on the paper, and it is a powerhouse. So I still don't know about this fragrance. I don't know. I want more of the watermelon, less of the soil. It's interesting. The patchouli note, honestly, it is very, very similar to Angel, which Angel to me smells like you took a piece of chocolate bar and rolled it in soil. Like this is watermelon in soil. Very interesting, very unusual. The sale where I got this, here we go. So for those of you guys that have stayed with me, I don't know if you guys already know this, and this, I'm pretty sure, just a Canadian sale, but there's a sale called Lisa's Cosmetic Warehouse. So during the pandemic, obviously they can't run the warehouse where you actually go in. So they have a warehouse online, and it's called Lisa's Pop-Up Shop. And I only found out about it because I'm subscribed to their like updates and whatever. And they've had, like, since last year, like since 2020, they've had these amazing fragrances pop up. I got some really rare, like, Muglers from them. I got some really, like, rare gems in general. And yeah, they just constantly have new fragrances popping up, and their prices are really, really competitive. So I'll link that in the description box, or you can just Google it. It's called Lisa's Pop-Up Shop. And I don't know if they ship to the States. So I know most of you guys are in the States. I don't know. I know that it's a Canadian warehouse sale. So there you have it. There's my little haul and like a little bit of tea spillage on where to buy stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below. Let me know what you've been hauling. What have been your latest favorite purchases, and what have been some kind of fail purchases if you've had those. Comment down below. Let me know. Please make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please shimmy on down and hit that subscribe button if you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet. That way you'll never miss a video. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!